Hey everybody, how are you doing? Long time no see, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do what I did yesterday and I'm gonna just play the hearing from today. Spoiler alert, right? And then we'll talk about it afterwards. So I'm sure you guys have already seen it, but we're gonna watch it together. So without further ado, right? Okay, so y'all want no, I won't do closed caption. All right, we'll talk about it as soon as it's over. It's about they have very short hearings. They're 12 minutes or so. So this one's almost 13 minutes. All right, here we go.
01704 CR 2022 001242.
Good morning, Your Honor. Katie Staub for Trina K for the state.
Good morning, Your Honor. Pamela Hicks and Robert Abernathy on behalf of Lori Vallow Daybell, who's present and in custody.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name and date of birth, please?
Lori Daybell, 6/26/1973.
All right, thank you. We're here for a status conference. You've been found competent by two separate healthcare providers. Is it your intention, ma'am, you had expressed earlier that you would like to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that still your intention?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
I may approach, Your Honor.
You do understand that you have the right to have attorneys represent you during your cases?
I do.
What grade did you finish in school?
I graduated from high school.
Do you read and understand English?
I do.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last 24 hours?
No.
Are you currently prescribed any medications in the jail?
No.
Do you believe you're able to present a defense at trial?
I do.
Are you able to listen to what the court, counsel, and witnesses say during trial?
Yes, I will.
Do you believe you're able to ask witnesses questions that are relevant to the case and to your defense?
Absolutely.
Are you able to communicate effectively, do you believe, with the court, counsel, opposing counsel, and the jury?
I do.
I will make a finding that in court, you do appear to act appropriately, speak appropriately, and communicate appropriately. Have you ever represented yourself before?
Not yet.
I do have a waiver form, one for each of your cases. You've gone over that waiver form with your attorneys?
I did.
You understand the waiver forms?
I did.
You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, I would appoint one to represent you. The attorney would represent you at all critical stages of the case, including before trial, at trial, and if you're found guilty at sentencing. Do you understand that?
I do.
An attorney can be of great value and assistance in criminal cases. There are serious disadvantages and dangers to representing yourself. Can you just tell me a little bit why you want to represent yourself?
Yes, Your Honor. For the past 5 years that I've been incarcerated, I have taken it upon myself to study case law and criminal rules of procedure in the state of Idaho and Arizona, as well as federally. Prior to that, for the last 10 years, prior to my incarceration, I did study procedure in family law, and I have real trial experience. I have participated in 3 different full trials from beginning to end.
In family court?
1 in family court, 2 in criminal court, 1 bench trial and 1 jury trial.
Okay. You understand that you have 2 separate cases here. On each of these cases, if you're found guilty at trial, you'd be facing a sentence of up to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years?
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
And you understand that if convicted at trial, that those sentences could run consecutively or concurrently to any other sentence?
I am also well aware of that.
All right. You understand that if you represent yourself, you'll have the sole responsibility for, among other things, asserting legal defenses, interviewing witnesses, doing investigation, doing legal research, filing and arguing motions, examining and cross-examining witnesses, giving an opening statement and a final argument to the jury. Do you understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'm very prepared.
All right. Do you also understand that you'd be held to the same standard as an attorney regarding the presentation of your case? This would include knowledge of courtroom procedure, applicable case law, rules of evidence, and rules of procedure?
Yes.
All right. Each of your attorneys have gone to college, undergrad degree for probably a minimum of 4 years, and then law school for an additional 3 years. So these two attorneys that are here in court each have, at a minimum, if not more, 14 years of higher education, as well as probably, I'm guessing, between the two of them, 30 to 40 years in trial experience. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that your case may be specifically complicated in the sense that there are complicated evidentiary issues in your case? Do you believe you're able to present a defense?
Yes, I'm well aware of them.
All right. Do you also understand that if at some point, especially if you're in the middle of trial, you decide that you would like your attorneys to take over the case, you'd be effectively waiving any ineffective assistance of counsel claim that you might have because they might like a longer time to prepare?
Correct.
All right. Do you understand that even if I may allow you to represent yourself, I'll be appointing these attorneys to represent you as advisory counsel?
That's my understanding.
All right. If you want to testify at trial, you'd not be able to testify in a narrative format. Instead, you'd need to write out the questions, and the advisory counsels would ask you questions when you testify.
Yes, that's what I'm aware of.
All right. You can change your mind about this at any time. If at any time you want to be represented by your advisory counsel, let me know. I will appoint them back to represent you as your attorneys of record. But once you make the choice to have the lawyer represent you again, I wouldn't allow you to switch back and forth. Do you understand that as well?
Correct.
You also understand that if you ask your advisory counsel to take the case back over in full, you wouldn't be able to repeat anything that had already happened in the case or do over.
Correct.
All right. Because you'll be acting as your own attorney, you'd be expected to appear for every court hearing and every day of trial. If you do not appear for hearings or trial without good cause, I could consider your non-appearance to be an indication that you want to withdraw your right to represent yourself, and I would order your advisory counsel to become your attorney. Do you understand that as well?
Sure.
Your right to represent yourself is not absolute, and what I mean by that is if you fail to follow procedures, if you don't act appropriate in the courtroom, your right to represent yourself could be revoked. Do you understand that as well?
I do understand that.
All right. Do you have any questions about anything?
I just was going to ask if we were going to move forward from this today and if we are going to be able to reset trial.
We will.
Okay.
All right. I did receive your form. Is this your signature at the bottom of each form?
It is.
And I think I already asked you this, but I'll ask you it again. Your signature appears on this form after you went over it completely with your attorney?
Correct.
All right. The court finds your waiver to an attorney is knowingly, intelligently, voluntarily made. I guess I should ask you, did anyone force you or threaten you to waive your right to an attorney?
No, quite the opposite.
Did anyone promise you anything in order to get you to waive your right to an attorney?
No.
All right. I do find your waiver is to knowingly, intelligently, voluntarily made. Your waiver is accepted and entered of record. You will be your own attorney on the case. I will keep these attorneys on as your advisory counsel. Again, if you change your mind and would like them to take over the case, you need to let me know, okay?
Okay.
Your current last day is May 11. I'm assuming you want to set a trial date within that last day.
Yes, I do.
All right, we're going to set a trial date March 31st for jury selection at 8:30 a.m. Well, we'll set it at, for now, 9 a.m. That could change the time, but we'll keep the date, March 31st. I'm going to, can I ask advisory counsel, in the event that she wishes to conduct interviews, would you be assisting her in that, or would your office have an investigator that would assist?
Either or.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think generally OPDS will assign an investigator for that purpose, and we would ask the court to endorse OPDS on this minute, first minute entry.
All right, the court will appoint an investigator through the Office of Public Defense Services to assist Ms. Vallow in any investigation and or setting up of interviews of any potential witnesses in the trial. I am going to set a status conference to make sure everything's on track for the trial date. I'll ask you again, my understanding is there's a large amount of discovery. You're sure that you're going to be ready in time for March 31st?
Yes, Your Honor. Also, I have a reply to the state's response. I know that we said if you were to let me go pro per, that I would have 3 days to make this response, and I have a copy for the court and a copy for the state, if I could give you that.
Response to what?
To the state's response to my motion to compel discovery that was filed prior to the Rule 11.
Okay, I'm gonna have to,
I believe the public defender's office filed it, correct?
was it your prior attorneys that filed the motion to
They
compel
did,
discovery?
correct, yes.
I remember now, we did hold that in advance because of the Rule 11 proceedings. So you can go, you're ready to file your reply? All right.
There's one for the state as well. if he needs
Did you get,
it. They're handwritten.
Attorney Trina K filed a response? You received that and saw that?
Yes, this is my reply to her response.
All right, I'll take a look at those pleadings, because to be honest, I haven't looked at them for a little bit. I'm gonna set a status conference just to make sure everything's on track. Let's set that at 8:30 a.m. Friday, January 10.
One more time, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
8:30 a.m. Friday, January 10.
Can I use your pen? Let me write it for you, just.
Does that work for the state?
As far as I know.
Okay. Does that work for everyone on the defense?
Yes.
Just to-
So,
It's your turn.
Okay. Is there anything else from the state? One other thing I wanted to address. My understanding is the state, we do have two separate cases here. The state would proceed to trial on the 2021 case first. Yes.
That's correct. The first in time case.
All right. I think jury selection in this case could take longer than usual. Excluding jury selection, how much trial time do you think the state would take to present their side of the case?
I'm
You
sorry,
don't know?
I don't have that
Okay.
information.
We'll wait till January to talk to Attorney K about that. Just so we can block the appropriate amount of time in March. Well, I guess it'll be mostly April.
Your Honor, did you want to set a TMC as well?
No.
FTMC.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's set that for,
Mhm. I just want to know if we're gonna.
let's set that for March 21. I'm sorry, no, not March 21. March 18. I'm going to set that before my morning calendar, my normal morning calendar, so at 8:20 a.m. All right, anything else from you?
My understanding is that it will be two totally different trials. Is that
Correct.
correct? So this is just, we're just setting things and we're just doing this for the first trial.
Right, well, you should be getting discovery for both cases as they go along, but the first trial will be on the 2021 case. And then at the conclusion of that trial, we'll talk about when we're gonna try the second case.
So all discovery deadlines will be for the first 2021 case.
Presumably, yeah. But we'll talk about how much discovery there is, we would expect from the state when we come back in January. All right. Anything else?
No, thank you.
All right, we'll be at recess on this matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, do you want to set the podium?
Morning.
Sorry.
Victim of a crime with a case pending
Hold
before this
on.
court, you're advised that you have rights under Arizona law
Oh
that
my
among others
gosh,
include the
stop
right to be
talking.
treated with fairness, respect, and
that? Look at
dignity,
that.
to a speedy trial, to be present at court.
Speaking of respect and dignity, right? Oh, it's not here. It is not here. It's not here. Ah, okay, hold on. I was, working. I was writing down all the dates he was saying. And this is somebody who's gonna be representing herself, but she's like, "Can I borrow your pen?" And I made copies, yeah, on the state's dime, I mean, where do you get your paper from? Lori Kinko's or, the copy room of your prison? Just asking. Crazy, crazy times we were living in, right? Crazy freaking times we were living in. It's like I was all game until now, and I'm pretty pissed off actually, which is weird, because I'm just like, whatever. It doesn't matter. The bitch can't. Oh, sorry. The that woman right there, she really can't hurt me, us any worse. I don't believe so. That's not a challenge either, but it's just like, okay, that's how it's been for the last, what, almost 6 years? Well, 5.5 years now. It's just been the Lori damn show. It's been the Lori show. And everything has been tailored around her and Chad, mainly her. But so I don't expect that to change, and it hasn't changed. So I'm just like, oh, okay, we're doing this. Okay, cool. Whatever. Um, I did some research last night into pro se, or she said pro per or whatever. I don't know. I just say you're dumb. You're dumb. And so yeah, I wanted to get a better understanding of it and like what all does it entail? Because we're all like, oh my God, and I mean, I find that whenever I learn about something that may seem intimidating, um, get my blue glasses. Oh, my blue glasses. Okay. I was like, what? I think Larry has them. I do. Hmm. I have to go track them down or go buy me a dollar pair. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys being here. I don't know how to feel yet. Uh, I don't know. Just numb pretty much. I mean, I can't help, like, I'm shaking right now because I don't know. I don't wanna get all sad. I don't wanna cry. But my uncle was just running through my mind, and, it's just because she's just gonna finish him off spiritually, too. Yeah, she assassinates the damn soul. She did it with Joe, okay, whether he was red rummed or not. She murdered his soul. I mean, I can say that. I don't have to say allegedly. Prove it, you know? Anyways, that's what she does. She's character assassinating. She's a control freaking freak, okay? Control freak much, right? Girl, there's so many things that I wrote down too. Like me and Jason kinda oh, I got all my notebooks, so hold on, because I was jamming through some paper last night. Ah, and I went, I had pulled up hmm, I had pulled up the FOIA docs, the 1108 pages. So the ones from Chandler, basically from from Uncle Charles, from his Red Rum. And then Gilbert is mainly Brandon. And so everything that I was going over last night, I read like a bazillion pages, but it was basically Alex's statement, interview with Detective Moffat. And as I was reading it out loud, we'd just be like, oh, that no. I mean, we caught so many things last night. And I'm just like, oh my God. So if y'all want to go over that, I am game. So there's that. But we have we have a little bit of time to prepare ourselves for the shit show or the rest of the shit show that is about to ensue. Right. I mean, I um I don't even know where to start because it's crap. So basically, did y'all hear her? I mean, and then again, I'm gonna always posit this question or put this question out there. Is one mentally competent if they are wanting to represent themselves in uh it's not a conspiracy as far as I am aware. I thought so. Some of my mods thought so, but I mean, on the website right now it says first degree. It doesn't say co-conspirator or conspiracy. It doesn't say none of that. Look, I'll go pull it up. Right. Let me, Superior America. I don't have the website memorized. Superior. Oh, there you go. Good job, Krish. I hope you guys are doing fine and good. And, isn't today Friday, I think, allegedly? Let's see. It's Friday. It's Friday. I'm sorry, too. My allergies are horrible. So I don't sound very great. Okay, let me pull this up. Why does it pull? It pulled up damn Zalima Pastina's criminal. What? Hold on. Let me go get the screen share. Let me share this tab instead. Let me share because you can see what I see. I mean, this is probably old, of course, probably, right? I don't know why it brought me here. Let me back this down a little bit. Wouldn't that be something? I remember finding, yeah, this is old, 5/8/1997. Remember that time you were possessing some, not just spirits and demons, Zalima, but when you were possessing some DRUGSs? Pled guilty? Mm. Guilty as charged. Oh, girl. Interesting. Okay, this is not what I meant to go to, but here we are. Bench warrant, all kinds of things. Plea agreement. See, talk to your friend. She needs to talk to Lori, her sister-in-law. My bad. They're sister-in-laws. Dangerous DRUGS class 4, right? Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of you guys know that. But anyway, so again, that's not why we're here. But let me I did it on my phone earlier for the one of the first times, so not someplace I frequent a lot. Let me grab the appropriate or the correct website web address, superiormaricopa.gov. Mm-hmm. Oop. Okay, I didn't do nothing. Let me go back. Let me just go back. Ah. Superior Court. My bad. I'm spacing it out. I just want to get there. I believe that's it. Let's see. Okay. Let me just do this. Wait, court information. How do I? Departments. About. Okay, hold on. Departments? I don't freaking know. I really don't know. I pulled it right up on my phone. Let me do this. Let me send it to my my Chrome tab so it'll at least be there. How about that? Okay. Let me open it in Chrome. All right. Now to be in my history. Allegedly, right? Allegedly. Okay, let me go over here. Go to my bookmarks. There's a bunch, so it takes a while to load up. I just want to show you guys, and we could talk about it, but it's saying first degree, that's a big difference from conspiracy, in my opinion. Because I was thinking, I've asked this even recently. Yeah, I'm like, are they gonna do the whole conspiracy with your dead brother thing again? It worked for Idaho. I don't think they're gonna hold anybody else accountable. I held on to that for what, 5 years up to this point, and I mean, I just really don't I don't see anything. I don't see any kind of glimmer of hope. You know, it's been over 5 years. These people, if they haven't, come on, man, it's taking forever. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm kind of stuck over here. Oh, no, it let me out. Okay. All right, go back. Go to history, not tabs. Let's see. Hmm, really? Okay, here we go. Yay. Yay. Okay. Here we go. Allegedly. Yeah, right here. Murder, first degree is what it says. You know, um, this is description, Lori and Vallow, 7/11/2019. Let's see here. The case number is CR 2021-001704. Now, this isn't Brandon's, okay? So these are all her motions, all her hearings, sealed documents, all the things, the Rule 11, motion to waive counsel, motion to allow access to a laptop. Okay, Diddy. Diddy's trying to get his laptop too. Must be a thing. And oh my gosh, she's so extra. Just all the stuff. And it just does a complex case, joint case management report. And her, like, is she trying to sound sophisticated? She kind of, to me, like at the very end, she was like, I have whatever what did she say? It's called, I wrote it down. She said, um, I have my discovery response or something to the Rule 11, 2 copies. Lori had a reply, something along those lines. Don't quote me. And then, he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, here we go. Here we damn go. Um, how many of you guys think that, I mean, is this, I don't know. There's so many different things I think this is. It's like, yeah, fake it till you make it. It's kind of like she cannot be condemned anymore besides death. So she has nothing to lose at all. Not one damn thing. She add a life sentence here or a life sentence there. I mean, she's already got 3. She's, she's pretty stacked, for this millennium, all the way to the second coming of her Christ. But so, I mean, it's just like, okay, so this is just kind of like, to me, it's like show off. It is control the narrative. It is to destroy, intimidate, character assassinate, again, control, speak because she feels like she hasn't been able to, probably because she is a convict. And yeah, whenever you retain uh, an attorney and your 2 children are missing and your dead husband's back there in Arizona and your new husband's arranging for cremains to come to Louisiana, and you're trying to collect on life insurance and then deeming everybody damn dark. And then, I mean, this is just kind of what happens. And then Tammy, I mean, girl, if she has nothing to lose at all, she has no more dignity. I don't think. There's no respect for her. She's like trying to save face. It's like, is it like all these things? Is she doing this so she can intimidate her witnesses, her alleged, friends, co-conspirators, I'll say, named and unnamed, allegedly from Idaho. They said it, so I can say it. Is she doing this? She's not going to win. Even if she did, she still loses because she's a loser. And I mean, thank you, Courtney. I'm glad you're here. That's sweet when you say Miss Gresha. That's cute. Appreciate ya. Just getting here. Fancy Nancy, how are you doing? Is DP on the table? Can we sign a petition? I mean, no, it's not. But it is first degree. I straight up. So to me, everybody's been saying that, if it's conspiracy, no, you can't do the death penalty. However, it's not. And I'll show you again. This is her docket. I guess that's what you call it. I'm not a professional here, just a family member trying to figure it out. Wing and a prayer, right? And it says this is the prosecuting attorney. This is Lori Daybell. She wants to be called Daybell, so we're gonna call her Daybell. Anyways, it's CR 2021-001704. And it's from, party name Lori Vallow, crime 7/11/2019. That's when my uncle was murdered. Charles was murdered. And it says description murder, first degree. I mean, I can't refute this. So that's what it says. It does not say conspiracy. So I don't know where it got upgraded. Did it get upgraded? It seems like it did. Let's see. This is the criminal court case information, case history, and I was looking up. Let me go back here. Like here, I was, you just kind of. I think I did a convict. Let me do layman's terms here. Convict representing herself for murder trial. Yeah, I'll say in Arizona. So hopefully it'll point me that direction, right? Oh, look, it popped her picture up. Bam. Right? Bam. Some Nancy Grace. Bam. Oh, yeah, y'all. She is a shit show. Her brother was a shit shot and she is a shit show. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. I am reacting. I am processing. And I mean, I'm not sorry if I hurt her feelings. It's not like she's listening. And if she could, I doubt she would listen because she seems pretty tone deaf. Okay, I just really wanted to know about other people who represent themselves, not Lori, damn Daybell. Okay. I mean, come on now. Damn, the news done went out. Yeah, did y'all hear too? Whenever she said, I've already done 3 trials beginning to end or something along those lines. And she names the horrible, horrible child custody case between her and Joe Ryan, which we all know that she did not follow any kind of orders, like to go and do a psych eval. And she moved around. She played games because she's a little wench right there. Oof. Let's see that's TikTok though. 619. Let's see. Oh, look, areas to represent self at murder trial sentencing. That's just at her sentencing though. I wonder if she stood up on her head. I remember seeing that interview with Jodi Arias, like doing a headstand against the wall. I was like, what the hell? Oh, death penalty. Did she get the death penalty? I don't think she did. Oh, guilty of first degree. Okay, never mind. I just need to read. All right, let's just see what Court TV has to say. Oh, that's a month ago. Let's get the hell out of there. Let me go to the next. I'm serious. Like, I found it on my phone. Like, proceeding without an attorney, Arizona. Let's go there. So this says, okay. Ooh, we need a handbook for self-represented litigants. So it says, proceeding without an attorney. This site provides information to individuals who are representing themselves Oh, this says civil matters. Ruh-roh. Okay, so that's not it. Actually, I went to a Wikipedia page and it was way more informative than this. Take it for what it's worth. It's just trying to get a basis on it. Um, say wiki. Here we go. Okay. No, can't donate again. No. Pro se legal representation means to argue, and this fits her, means to argue on one's own behalf in a legal proceeding as a defendant or plaintiff in civil cases or a defendant in criminal cases rather than have representation from counsel or an attorney. Here we go. The term pro se comes from Latin pro se, meaning for oneself, straight up. Can't make this up. Okay. Or, quote, on behalf of themselves. Again, narcissist much? Anyways, it says this status is sometimes known as in propria persona, abbreviated to pro per. That's what she said. That ha ha ha. That's what Lori just said too. In England and Wales, the comparable status is that of litigant in person. Okay, I wasn't even wanting to read that. So it says prevalence. According to the National Center for State Courts in the United States, as of 2006, pro se litigants had become more common in both state courts and federal courts. Estimates of the pro se rate of family law overall average 67% in California, 73% in Florida's large counties, and 70% in some Wisconsin counties. In San Diego, I don't want to read all this. I don't want to read all percentages. I'll kind of skip around. Defendants in no, not a political trial. History. So this is kind of what I was reading earlier today. In Ferretta versus California, the Supreme Court of the United States stated, in the federal courts, the right of self-representation has become protected by statute since the beginnings of our nation. Section 35 of the Judiciary Act of 1789 and then one stat 7392, enacted by the first Congress and signed by President Washington one day before the Sixth Amendment was proposed, provided that, quote, in all the courts of the United States, the parties may plead and manage their own causes personally or by the assistance of counsel, unquote. Can we just say that maybe she thinks she's a spiritual giant like her father? He also represented himself and against the IRS, and he lost bad. I mean, I have those documents. I just don't have them on hand, so I'm not even about to waste your time. But we will go over them in the future. I think it would, kind of, I don't know, monkey see, monkey do. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. All the cliches. Anywho, the court's opinion went on to hold. Oh, did I finish that? Yeah. Went on to hold that criminal defendants in state courts have a constitutional right to refuse counsel and represent themselves. Now, do you guys think that she opted this option, I guess, because her defense attorneys before this lady here that she's been with the last couple times, do you think that they were like trying to get her competency checked? Or do you think that she was pressing them to represent herself? Or you think I know there was some kind of argument, right? We heard that in one of her hearings recently. I think it was the one where the first time we saw Lori with that attorney she's with now. And yeah, Carolyn, you can say that again. Oh, and not just any child, but her children. Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, Trace. Thank you so much. Yeah, let it out, right? I can't. Y'all might put me in a straitjacket if I let it out. I swear. So I'll just do it passive aggressively today. Okay. Anyways, but I mean, do y'all, I really think, and I mean, I'm just trying to get a feel for it, right? It just seemed like that's kind of went down, like how it went down, because nobody's going to put baby in the corner. Yeah, she is delusional. Delulu. It seems like they wanted her to be checked out. Okay. And I wonder why. Was it because she was not working with them? Was it because she was being a little difficult? I mean, I can't imagine Lori being difficult. Or, was it kind of a combination of a bunch of things? And so then she kinda, I guess when I kind of started focusing in was whenever she showed up with this lady, right? This I don't know her damn name. Stoddard? And I was like, "Oh, that's not a good name." I think that might be her attorney's name right now. The one that's repping her today. Um, it just seems like these last 3 hearings, I guess you could say, yesterday was for her mental health competency, or her mental competency. Today was to, see if the judge would allow her to go pro se, represent herself. And he did, and she passed yesterday with flying colors, right? And then, the first one was basically where it kinda was revealed that there was some kind of argument. Now, I don't know what kind. Will I ever know? Do I wanna know? Probably not. But it just seems like, they're like, "Oh, hell, girl, we're putting you in the we're gonna get your mental health checked." And maybe she bucked that, and so then she fired her attorneys, right? Remember that whole thing? Because that soon followed, I do believe. Well, let me know if I'm wrong, please. Please. Like, never feel bad for correcting me because trust me, I don't I say the wrong things all the time. I mean well, though. It's just interesting to me. So, is this kind of like, did she get herself caught in this conundrum? You know? Was she anyways, and this kind of where she landed? Like, when a cat, uh, falls out of a window or something, a couple stories up, it lands on its feet, and that's Lori Daybell, okay? She's and she's a spaz, and she's very impulsive, and she just lands on her damn feet and just keeps on trucking. Yeah, I was surprised too that she wasn't on medication. That was interesting little tidbit. I mean, she needs to be, okay? Oh, really? Let me that's I don't know if that's good or bad. You gotta get your cardio up, but not that way. Yeah, Beach Bum says, "Trace, I would have had my hand on my mouth, not to scream out loud." Hey, it's a lot easier than you think because all you gotta do is focus on her head, on the back of her head, on the side of her wherever your eyes get to land, and you just throw daggers. I don't even know. I don't even think I blinked whenever when I saw her for the first time in Idaho after she became competent again, right? And it's so funny. And I mean, I'm saying it's not funny, but when the judge asked her if she had ever been, was it either, I don't know, if she had ever been found incompetent before or something along those, I don't remember if that's the right verbiage, and she was like, well, it's that, what do you call it? It's the rhetoric. It's just like no one was murdered here, but they were sacrificed. It's just this, what do you call it? Semantics, right? And so you got to do all the semantics just to live in her little mind, straight up. And that's sad. It really is sad. But it just, I don't know. What's Beach Bum right about? Oh, Lord. Yes, we can. Hmm. Colby said that, she watched Legally Blonde, so I did too. Mm-mm. Yeah, the emojis are coming. Trust me. Trust me. I've been thinking and brainstorming about what to call her. Lawyer Lori, or is this the good Lori? I'm just picking. Just kidding. Mental gymnastics, straight up. Getting her fitness in, right? Yeah, totally, totally, totally. I agree with all of y'all. I do. Let me get back. I want to finish. I want to read this some more. It says the court's opinion to hold. Okay, let me find my spot first. Okay, so they have the right to defend themselves. They have the right to represent themselves. Okay. However, the right to represent oneself is not absolute. Courts have the authority and duty to determine whether a particular individual is capable of representing himself or herself. And Godinez, anyways, I don't know how to say it. God Inez Godinez versus Moran. I don't know. The Supreme Court found being competent to stand trial is equivalent to being competent to plead guilty, which further meant being competent to waive legal representation. I had to think about that. I was like, what? The later Indiana versus Edwards decision allows a court to inquire into the individual's lucidity and mental capacity, and sets competency to represent oneself as distinct from one's competency to stand trial. That's interesting. Damn, Dr. Pepper. All right. And so Martinez versus Court of Appeal of California determined that an appellant who is the defendant in a criminal case cannot refuse the assistance of counsel on direct appeal. This is for appeals. Whereas Ferretta versus California allows criminal defendants to proceed pro se for their own defense. Now it goes to rules. Okay, so it says the U.S. Judiciary Act, the Code of Conduct for United States judges, addresses the rights of the self-represented litigant in several places. And so it throws some code. It says 28 USC 1654 provides, quote, in all courts of the United States, the parties may plead and conduct their own cases personally or by counsel as by the rules of such courts respectively, are permitted to manage and conduct causes therein. Laws and organizations charged with regulating judicial conduct may also affect pro se litigants. For example, the Judicial Council of California officially advocates treating self-represented litigants fairly. Really? Just kidding. The California rules allow for accommodating mistakes by a pro se litigant that would otherwise result in a dismissal if the case is otherwise merited. According to a June 2012 report from U.S. courts, 18 of 94 federal district courts authorize use of alternative dispute resolution. You know who does mediation too is Tom Harrison, by the way. That just reminded me of that. And so it says ADR for pro se and 11. What? Hold on. Let me go back to the beginning. Okay. 18 of 94 district courts authorize use of alternative dispute resolution, which is typically denotes a wide range of dispute resolution processes and techniques that parties can use to settle disputes with the help of a third party. So, okay. That's just for people who can't come to an agreement. And it says for pro se and 11 authorized use of ADR by prisoner pro ses, whatever. Electronic filings. It says some districts of the United States federal courts, example, the Central District of California, permit pro se litigants to receive documents electronically by an electronic filing system, but only members of the bar are allowed to file documents electronically. Other districts, this isn't really telling me anything. It's just okay. What? All right, limits. We'll go here. This is limits, and it says a long-standing and widely practiced rule prohibits corporations from being represented by non-attorneys. I would hope so. Can you imagine? Kurt McConkie, yeah, it's bad enough. Consistent, okay, so it says by non-attorneys, consistent with the existence of a corporation as a quote-unquote person, separate and distinct from its shareholders. This isn't relevant. Let me skip to Malou. No, you can't do class action lawsuits. You can't do another situation in which appearance through counsel is often required is in a case involving the executor or personal administrator of a probate estate. So you can't really do that hardly. Some federal courts of appeals allow unrepresented litigants to argue orally. Even so, non-argument disposition is still possible. And in all courts, the percentage of cases in which argument occurs is higher for counseled cases. Okay, we're going to skip. It says, no. Effectiveness. In 2011, the Federal Judicial Conference surveyed federal court clerks' offices regarding pro se issues. And they found that only 17 of 62 responding judges report that discovery is taken in most pro se cases, and only 13 reported that discovery is taken in most prisoner pro se cases. What are we doing here? Okay, it's okay. Oh, here we go. In criminal court. Oh, hello. Thank you. So sorry, y'all. I'm not a lawyer, though. I'm not. So it says in criminal court, some pro se litigants who are federal prisoners are subject to the Prison Litigation Reform Act. This is not federal. The American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, has asserted, quote, for over 13 years. Is this relevant? The Prison Litigation Reform Act has denied access to the courts to countless prisoners who have become victims of abuse, creating a system of injustice that denies redress for prisoners alleging serious abuses. What if they're abusers? Barriers that don't apply to anyone else. It is time for... Okay, what the hell? I am sorry. Obviously, I mean, it's still... I read it earlier, but it's not really relevant to this. Motivation. Why? Okay, here we go. Motivation. According to the 1996 report on pro se by University of Maryland Law School, 57% of pro se said they could not afford a lawyer. 18% said they did not wish to spend the money to hire a lawyer. See, Lori doesn't have all these because she's indigent. So, again, here's your copies, but yet, not like she paid for them. Okay, so they did not wish to spend the money to hire a lawyer. So sorry. 21% said that they believed that their case was simple and therefore they did not need an attorney. Also, ABA legal needs study shows that 45% of pro se believe that, quote, lawyers are more concerned with their own self-promotion, John Breyer, than their client's best interest, unquote. Defendants who choose to appear pro se may do so because they believe they may gain tactical advantages against the prosecutor, such as obtaining sympathy from the jury. Oh, yeah, I can see that. Not like it's going to help, though, is what I'm saying. The opportunity to personally address the jury and witnesses. Pro se appearances may also delay the trial proceedings and enhance the possibility of a mistrial and a subsequent appeal. Once convicted, a prisoner no longer has the right to a public defender. Well, how come they get to be one? Motions for post-conviction relief are considered civil motions. Brandon Moon is an example of an unsuccessful pro se litigant who became successful when his case was taken by a lawyer. Moon's case was taken by the Innocence Project. Remember? They were called as an expert witness, I want to say, right, in Chad Daybell's trial. Okay, and he was released after 17 years in jail for a R word that he did not commit. And so then it goes over attorney fees. It goes to resources. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything of value right there. Not really. Oh, here's some notable pro se litigants. Ready? It says Clarence Earl Gideon was too poor to afford an attorney and thus proceeded pro se in his criminal trial in Florida in 1961. He was found guilty and subsequently appealed. He was appointed counsel. His attorney, Abe Fortas, later became a Supreme Court justice. When the case reached the U.S. Supreme Court, the court ruled in Gideon versus Wainwright that the right to counsel extended to the states as well as the federal government. The decision said that Florida's failure to appoint such counsel in Gideon's case constituted a violation of that right and required states to provide counsel free of charge to indigent defendants in all criminal cases in the future. James Blumstein represented himself before the U.S. Supreme Court in 71. He had recently moved to Tennessee, and he had sought to register to vote. At the time, Tennessee refused to allow anyone to register to vote unless the registrant had lived in Tennessee for at least a year. Blumstein argued that the durational residency requirement for voter registration was unconstitutional, and he won his case 6-1. Ted Bundy, despite having 5 court-appointed attorneys, made pro se appearances in his Florida murder trial beginning in June 79. The trial was covered by 250 reporters from 5 continents and was the first to be televised nationally in the United States. Interesting, right? My cousin was actually incarcerated in Florida with Bundy, but he said that whenever they executed him, the lights went out in the entire prison. I was like, what? Did not know that. And that's interesting. I should have him on. My cousin Mikey, he's cool. Like the other side of the pillow. Okay, we have Darrell Brooks represented himself in his trial for the Waukesha, I think that's how you say it, Christmas parade attack in 2022. He was found guilty of all counts and sentenced to multiple life terms without the possibility of parole. Anybody, look in on that trial? Because it was so interesting. And so what I was going to do, not today, but I'll do it in the future. I'm going to go pull a few clips of what that judge did. She's a saint, y'all, because the woman has patience of a saint, straight up, a real saint. And like if he started to act up, I mean, to the point where she'd put him in a whole different courtroom, she'd have like a camera pointed at him. And I mean, when he would just start blah, 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 blah. So if Lori would start, I prophesy, raise her arm to the square or anything, I'm joking. Then they just mute it, and I'm just like, oh my God, he was such he was an ass the whole time. It was crazy to watch, y'all, but I couldn't look away because it was I was like, what is going on? This guy is crazy. He had some good points, but he was just too disrespectful, period. First off, there's that. And then knowing, he's defending himself from driving through a damn parade and killing a lot of people. That's a lot. That's a lot to, you got to act appropriately at least. You don't give them reason to not for your character. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're a person of integrity, then you represent. If you made a mistake, whatever, try and do what you got to do. Do the best. But that guy right there, it was crazy. His mom, even I remember her making some kind of statement. It was sad. His case received international notoriety due to Brooks' continuous disruptive behavior throughout the trial and his heated exchanges with witnesses, the prosecution, and the judge. Videos of his court appearances racked up to 3 million views on YouTube. So, I mean, it's just interesting. I think it really is. Let's, okay, I'll share my screen here so you don't have to sit here and keep looking at me. Let's just run through. Oh my God, it's tiny. Now, these are just statistics. I mean, this is from September 25th, 2006, y'all. This is old. Oh, Wayback Machine. Okay, I see. And it's self-representation, pro se statistics. Excuse me. All right, let's. Okay, it says the Knowledge and Information Service was asked to provide information on the numbers of self-represented litigants in the courts. So they're just going to tell me how many there are? Because, I mean, that's not really what I'm looking for. Other pro se. Okay, hold on. I'm just going to kind of look before I go reading. So it says right here, it says courts are, and this is back in '06. So according to this website, courts are continuing to see an increase in the numbers of litigants who represent themselves. Self-represented litigants are most likely to appear without counsel in domestic relations matters such as divorce, custody, and child support, small claims, landlord, tenant, probate, protective orders, and other civil matters. Doesn't say anything about criminal. While national statistics on the numbers of self-represented litigants are not available, several states and many jurisdictions keep track of the numbers of self-represented litigants in their courts. The following list of online reports provides a snapshot of statistics in various jurisdictions around the country. I don't think so. I don't have this ready, so I don't want to just see a bunch of numbers. I think she's crazy. I just really do. And I mean, let me count the ways, right? So, right here. Let me get my other papers. Look, y'all. Papers. Notebook. There's a certain notebook at Walmart, y'all, that is my favorite notebook. And it's these. The Exceed, okay? You know? Well, come on now. It's not gonna do it. Anyways, it's just wide ruled. You got to get the dark lines, okay? You can't get, I don't like light lines. I can't write on it. I won't. Anyways, and so they liquidated them. Oh my God. They liquidated them, and I'm like, oh no, that's my notebook. I mean, I've written on a many a notebooks throughout this entire time, of this Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell crap. And anyway, so I'm sad. I'm dwindling down, and I'm just like, I need to find out where they sell those. Exceed. If anybody knows, let me know. I will order them. And I'm like, oh my God, why are they doing that? Damn Walmart. Ugh. So it says some stuff I wrote down. Pro se research. Ted Bundy defending the devil. My story as Ted Bundy's last lawyer is a 1994 nonfiction book written by American lawyer Polly Nelson, who was a member of serial killer Ted Bundy's legal defense team from '86 to his execution in '89. So it's just a book he published. Oh, then then it says pro se legal representation in the United States. Okay, pro se legal representation or means to argue on one's own behalf in legal proceeding as a defendant or plaintiff in civil cases. I read this earlier, or a defendant in criminal cases rather than have representation from counsel or an attorney. Yeah. Next. And then I wrote down also the oh, and I wanted to thank Ashley Kane from yesterday. She had sent a super chat, and I saw it, but it was like I couldn't click it onto the screen, and then so I think Megan was talking, so I didn't want to interrupt, and I was like, oh no. So thank you, Ashley, always. And then thanks to everybody else who I probably, I know I overlooked or just, yeah. And I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. It really sucks, but don't think I'm ever like not appreciative, because I am. I really am. I don't know what else to do. I wish I could just go show you, do I don't know. I'm gonna have to look, Beach Mom, if I can order online. I'm sure. It's just like my deodorant, y'all. They just got rid of it, and I was just like, I was going around town buying every damn bottle. Anyways, so long story. It's just, things work. I don't like to change things that work. Anyways, but then I do, and I'm like, oh, like this haircut. Ugh, I'm gonna go back. I do not like it. She did not do well. She was cool though. um So I wrote down like status conference at 8. Oh no, that's today. That's not the one. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I just was writing down. I was just writing things down. Could this be okay? So I know I've heard a lot of people so far already say, and I just like to throw things out there. I'm not saying, "Oh, it's this way or that way," ever. Just throwing ideas. Hey, Carla, my YouTube has does bad at informing me. Yeah, I have too many, so I never, you know, I just kind of see uh, people I follow or whatever in the algorithm. Whenever I go to look for a new video or something, it's sending me to movies now. They're like, "Girl, you done watched everything. Are you sure you don't want nothing else?" And I hate the update that they did too on YouTube where it gives me 2 rows. I'm like, "Where the hell did all the damn choices go?" Now it's just like recently uploaded and recommended. And I'm like, "What is this? They're trying to conform me." No. But so I just kind of wrote this down. Take it for what you will. It's kind of stupid anyways, but it says, "Could this be a ploy to protect the secret society, aka Melanie Gibb, Zalema, Melanie Pulowski, the Seven Gatherers and so on and so forth." So it's like, well, no, because she could still use an attorney for that. So see, that doesn't make sense. And so I was thinking too, because I was like, how come there's no insurance fraud in Arizona? I was like, oh, wait, she didn't collect the insurance on the life insurance policy. So, but I'm like, she did file for benefits that she did receive. I guess that they're not going to, I know, just me. I guess, their Social Security, she filed, if you're married to someone for, I want to say, 10 years or more, like I could be married to Jason already for like 6 or 7, you know? So hey, Jojo, how are you? Shaky legs. Uh-oh. As long as it's not the stanky leg. Remember that? Oh, goodness. Um, anyway, so I don't know. I mean, they're not seeking any financial crimes here, allegedly. Not that I know of. It's first degree. First degree murder. I hate to say it because YouTube's like, "Rrr," and I'm like, it's the freaking legal document. It's actual charges. It's not like I'm just singing it in a song or anything. The word, the act. It's very aggravating these days, y'all. Okay, so I'm like, although she did collect benefits as a widowed spouse, death benefits. Application proving Lori applied for death benefits for Charles. I remember that. She made an appointment. She went there. She checked into it for, I don't remember. I don't think Tyler, because I think Tyler was already receiving that for, from Joe's death. And so ponytail bangs, yeah. Oh man, that's a whole nother thing. We'll have to look at her 15,000 hairstyles. I mean, as much as she sat there during her trial in Idaho, just sat there drawing, doodling, you know, nothing much. I just, I don't know. I just don't see her being on top of things very much. Like Dr. John said, she's not very organized. And I get it. I'm not either. But I'm also not trying to represent myself as a convict already, as a convicted killer cult mom. I'm not trying to do that. So that's the difference, you know? Um, and so I wrote, will Judge Bareski allow Lori to represent herself? Yes. And so I was like, how will 404B work? And I'm like, I asked Jason, I'm like, 404B, the only thing that could be brought in under 404B, which are past bad acts, right? Previous bad acts or something. And so that would just be the stuff from her and Joe, right? But she wouldn't be able to bring anything, or they wouldn't be able to bring anything in from Idaho. Fool for a client? Yeah. Sure. That's what they say. That's what they say. My computer's making a noise. Okay. Next. Pros and cons for Lori to rep herself. It is a last hurrah until Brendan's trial, at least. Then it will be a last hurrah. And then she will fade into the damn shadows that she dwells in. Okay. She's already sentenced to 3 life sentences. She's already a convict. Nothing to lose. It's not as if she's risking her freedom. There's nothing on the line here. That's that's crazy to me. You're going you're accused of first degree murder and your husband, your late husband, late estranged, whatever, however you want to say it, estranged husband's murder, and you have nothing to lose because you're already convicted of killing your new husband's wife and your 2 children. I mean, whoa. She went from, what did she say? From, oh, primary to prison or something like that's what she told Colby. And I was like, oh my God. That's how much she can help people, right? She's helping 6, remember the 6 lady she said in that interview with Colby that she was helping with their cases? And I'm like, I wonder if she disclosed that she did not win those cases, right? Yeah. Anywho. Okay, I put, can she call Chad and testify? Will she? Why, would she want to? Would he have to? And then Jason was like, Kresha, she would have to go on the stand. And I was like, what are you talking about? And so I don't know. I mean, I'm just listening to Jason, who, while I was in Boise for Lori's trial, I've been on his ass for so long because he's got a legal mind. He really does, strokes and all, and he's sharp. And so I always ask him his advice, or he, throws it in, and it's always appreciated. And it's brilliant most of the time. I'm just like, wow, it's like strategies, and I'm just like, whoa, I did not even see that. um, But he was like, yeah, he said if there's somebody is like representing themselves, then they can be called to the stand. And I was like, ooh. Now I don't know. If anybody knows, let me know. I will, Lamisa, I will. Winbush trial 2017, and it's on YouTube. Wife wasn't actually half bad. Oh, so she represented herself too? Yeah, Denise. Hey. Hey girl. So gross that the less Lori, that's a good one, had for Chad and vice versa. They had to get rid of their spouses and her young children. In my opinion, they both decided on that. Couldn't wait to play footsies under the sheets. And the loin fire, right? So again, Chad was recommended for charges. However, the prosecutors, or the DA, I'm sorry, in Arizona decided that they weren't going to pursue that for Chad because not likely to convict. And that's what they're all about. Donna, you sent me some messages or something. Oh, okay. Thank you. Well, thank you. Oh, they're wrong. Okay. It's okay. Thank you, though. The judge said if she testifies, it would be a list of questions and she could not do a narrative. Right. How many of you think that that's, realistic? Lori not doing a narrative. No one was murdered here. That's a damn narrative, right? I think she'll end up cooking her own goose, right? And then again, it's like she has nothing to freaking lose. She's burnt toast basically already. Like nobody, we're just like, what? She's a joke. She's an insult at this point. And I would have, I tell you what, right now, and because I just thought about this, if Lori were to plead guilty, I would actually have. I'm not saying I'd forgive her. I'm not saying I would. I'm not saying that. Nothing extreme for me. Just saying I would have a lot more respect for whatever. I don't even know. That don't even sound right. But you know what I'm saying. Like I would have a lot more. That's the closest word, right? Something along those lines. I'll just say respect. I would have a lot more respect for somebody who, in the situation that she is in, that she put herself in, okay, that she is convicted, she was found by juries of her peers, right? And so she was found guilty and then followed by her husband the following year. Also guilty. He got the death penalty. She didn't get to play that game here or there. She got to play a game up there because of her speedy trial and her mental health status and yada yada yada. And in my opinion, the church, but that's me. I think the church I'm done. We got to do some investigating in that. Don't think I did not forget about it, but I would have a lot more for her if she would just save this whole circus, this whole smearing of her victims. She knows. She knows. That's another thing. That's a whole other thing. Tylee was there, JJ was there, Alex was there, Lori was there. Lori is the only person left. Lori questions a witness and she drives it in that I mean, I don't know how she could do this, but she could drive in the fact that basically me versus you, like your story versus my. Y'all know she'd just be making up some stories straight up. Yes, I do too. Robin it. And Lori did it. Yeah. She will never get out of jail. So I feel the victims have got justice. I do too. That this shit show's going to be kind of entertaining like Daryl Brooks and Sarah Boone. Y'all, Sarah Boone, man. I listened to her allocution statement again. And I was just like, oh my God. Well, I listened to Tommy, the lifeboat. I heard him read it, and then I heard, listen to Paul too. Cause I mean, I'm just like, wow, it was bad enough when Sarah Boone read it, but then for people to like read it and then you break it down and you think about it for a second, and you're like, I was painting. Oh, I was painting in my living room. I'm almost done, by the way. I have like one wall to trim, and then I have like half of a ceiling. And I'm like, yay. It didn't take me 16 months. Anyways, so let's see. So, I mean, basically it's like my way or the highway, but then again, there's statements, there's from like Tylee, from Lori, from Alex, and allegedly others kind of loosely. But I mean, I don't know how she would be able to pull that off, but it's not off the table. Uh, let's see what else we got. She'll be able to intimidate Melanie Gibb and others as well. Or again, like I said earlier, she could kind of protect also the secret. Or I don't know. Hold on. Okay, I forgot I pulled this up. My lips are doing that thing again, but so this says potential implications of Lori Vallow representing herself. Self-representation and intimidation. Lori Vallow's decision to represent herself in her upcoming 2025 trials in Arizona could have several implications, particularly concerning potential intimidation of co-conspirators and victims. Here are a few ways this scenario could play out. Y'all ready? Since Crusher finally got her shit together, allegedly. I'm tired too. Let's see. Number 1, direct interaction. By representing herself, Lori will have the opportunity to directly question witnesses, including her alleged co-conspirators and victims. This direct interaction could be intimidating as it places Vallow face to face with those involved, potentially influencing their testimony or behavior. There's enough of that, right? Already, I think. Of just from other sources, outside sources, from being uh, thrown into the public, the sunlight, basically, because we're all watching and listening to these people testify. Okay, number 2, psychological influence. Vallow's familiarity with her co-conspirators and victims might allow her to leverage personal knowledge during cross-examinations. This could potentially unsettle witnesses, making them more susceptible to intimidation, whether intentional or perceived, which is scary. 3, this one, just every other word, after I end every sentence, just repeat this in your head because this is what I believe is the overarching thing. Control over the narrative. As her own attorney, Vallow can steer the narrative of the trial more precisely. This control might be used to subtly communicate threats or pressure to those testifying against her, even with the bounds of legal uh even with the bounds of legal questioning. Next, it says number 4, complex legal dynamics. The presence of Vallow as both defendant and legal representative introduces complex dynamics in the courtroom. Her dual role could create an atmosphere of tension. No, not Lori, where witnesses might feel less protected by the usual legal protocols. This is so going to be crazy, y'all. It'll be entertaining. Yes, I know, I know, I know. I know just today is just like, I don't know. It's like I did all this brainstorming last night, and I'm like, uh, I'll lighten up though. Number 5, public perception and media impact. Oh no. The intense media scrutiny surrounding the case could amplify the pressure of co-conspirators and victims. They might feel more vulnerable to public judgment and intimidation, knowing that their interactions with Vallow are being closely watched and reported. Depends on your affiliation, is my opinion. Anyways, mitigating intimidation risks. It says to mitigate these potential intimidation risks, several measures could be put in place. Oh, that's awesome. Let's see. We have judicial oversight. The judge overseeing the trial can ensure that Vallow's questioning remains within appropriate legal and ethical boundaries. Intervening if intimidation tactics are suspected. And that just made me think back of Chad's trial whenever Melanie Pulowski and Ian Pulowski were testifying, and Judge Boyce had to kick Garrett Smith, who's an attorney over here. And I mean, if he was being that ballsy, I think, and sneaky and slimy in Idaho, to where Judge Boyce kicked him out because possible communication, they were making like symbols, signs at each other, maybe, I don't know. I was right here watching it with y'all. But it's just like, and now we're on his home turf basically. And I mean, this is a guy who Brandon Boudreaux has sued successfully and won, or was awarded $12 million for defamation. These are the same sleazeballs. Okay, so anyways, crazy. Let's see. So it says support for witnesses, providing emotional and legal support for witnesses before, during, and after their testimony can help them feel more secure and less susceptible to intimidation. And then it says legal advisors. Although Vallow is representing herself, the court may appoint standby counsel to assist her. I think that's like the second chair thing he was talking about. This presence could help maintain a balanced legal process and deter any intimidating behavior. But y'all know how they talk in that Mormon code. I'm just saying. She'd be like, "Korhor," and we'll be like, "What?" The court. If you see the court reporter, like, perplexed. Anyways. So it says the decision for Vallow to represent herself adds a layer of complexity to the proceedings, emphasizing the need for careful judicial management to ensure a fair trial for all parties involved. And I mean, that's the moral of the story right there is, and I mean, I hate this, but part of me feels like this. Justice looks different for everybody. So does your version of heaven. So does we all have different we perceive things so differently, right? We're very unique. We're humans and we're unique, which is what makes us unique, right? So I never had to think about these things until going through this process in Idaho, basically, with Tylee and JJ's case, right? Tammy's. I mean, just and to question myself, I was like, what does justice look like to me? And to me, justice wasn't a conviction. Like whenever they were all the convictions, all the sentences, all the things, I don't feel any it didn't bring a I mean, it was a sense of relief, I have to say, but there's also this part of me that's sad because it's just like, I mean, I'm disappointed. Um, I'm very disappointed in Lori and who she picked. As Colby says, Peter Griffin. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's just I'm disappointed. It's like it doesn't breathe life back into them. It does not right the wrongs. It doesn't fix anything. And I mean, I'm not saying, I'm not, let me not go into the weeds of that, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. I feel like if Lori and Melanie and people in this group, whether, I know it's not going to happen. I'm being unrealistic in my expectations right now, and I need to lower my bar. But if I could, I would at least get to the point where these people, these women for sure would not ever be around children uh, anymore again. Um, mm, just no. I There was this YouTuber or something that came out with Kevin Frankie. They did like a 59-minute video about Kevin Frankie, and it was a couple days old, but I was listening to it earlier. And I mean, just listening to the Ruby Frankie, Jody Hildebrandt, but this was Kevin Frankie, and I mean, come on. Some people play victim really well, and a lot of people buy it. I don't. Not knowing. No, no, no. Anyways, but I mean, it kind of reminded me and refreshed my memory on a lot of the details from that case. Not many, but just a lot of the details, and just the way they were talking, like Ruby Frankie and Jody, and it just is so wrong on so many levels. But I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's like if I could do anything prevention wise, it would be maybe participating more and being more of a positive role model in the children around me in their lives, like lead by example, spend time with them, show them attention, like positive attention. And I think if we kind of aim that way, then we don't have to worry about, people who are like Lori and Ruby and Jody and Tim Ballard and Chad Daybell and Julie Rowe. I mean, it goes on and on and on in this group, but we wouldn't have people that grow up into this to these people that they are. And I mean, I didn't always know that, and I don't know if I know it's not the know all be all answer to everything, but I feel like that'd be a good place to start. Oh, Trace, did you want to come up and talk about today? I forgot, girl. I'm just over here talking. But if you do, let me know and I'll send you a link. It has come to my attention that Sebastian Rogers' parents were researching the behavior nature camp schools. Oh my god, before he came missing. They reportedly decided against it, but that is a new twist. Which parents? Like all of the parents? That is such a shit show. That poor kid, man. These kids, we are failing the children. That and Summer Wells, I know. Emails. I mean, but if they did bring some, if they did entertain this, though, there would be, that's where they would go to look for him, right? Or, I mean, come on. That's where I would be. I wouldn't be at my damn house saying he walked out with no shoes. I don't know. It was so drama filled. And I mean, I get it. I couldn't, at that time, I couldn't like invest myself into it because of what was going on over here. Um, but I mean, I watch whenever I can, or certain people. I don't watch too much. Anyways, you know how I am. But yeah, those schools, yeah. Jody used to teach at one where Paris Hilton went in Utah at a ranch. Oh yeah, that also ties to the Diddy case. Just in case you wanted to know. There's that aspect. There's Ashton Kutcher. There's Marisol Nichols. Marisol Nichols, y'all, and I forget about this, but I found this screenshot again the other day. It was Marisol Nichols. She played on Vegas Vacation with Chevy Chase. She was the daughter with the dark hair, Audrey. Um, Vegas Vacation. That's Marisol Nichols, and that's Tim Ballard's Scientologist couples ruse partner, you know. Anyways, it's crazy. Yeah, she did win a lawsuit, but yet I still don't understand this group of people because they still Satanists. In my opinion, that's what they look like. And I'm like, how do you hang out with that Maria Abramovich, but you're suing over here? I'm just like, don't make sense to me. I know. I thought about that yesterday. I was like, yeah, Audrey, and so whether Audrey, I don't know if I don't feel like it's true, but whatever. Um, and Lori allegedly told Audrey that she would cut her into pieces and trash bags and Clorox. Remember that? And so can you imagine if it really did happen and then Audrey Barrett was called? What? Catfight. Yes, they do. It's so sad, right? It is. I agree. I kept seeing you yesterday too, and yeah, I don't do well with guests. Or I'm doing my best just not to interrupt. I try. I really tried yesterday. But in case I didn't say hi, I'm saying hi now. How does she have any rights? I don't get it explained. I don't know. It's like, what was the point of Idaho? How many lives do you get, Lori, in this life? 9? It's what it feels. That's a good analogy. I don't care who you are. How many lives do you get in this lifetime, Lori, legally? For real. Or rights. And I mean, I get it. Look, my brother is also in prison. I've been detained before. I've been arrested. I've been in jail, county jail. Oh my God, it's horrifying. It was horrifying. It was traumatizing for me. And mine was just and I'm not saying that I'm responsible for not showing up to 3, what do they call those? It was 3 contempt of courts or something. I bet you I'll show up the next time because it freaked me out, y'all. I was just like, it's so loud. They don't ever shut up. And yeah, you can't ever get, it's horrible. It's very horrible. Anyways, I'm just saying, like, this is the life that Lori chose. She had so many times, so many chances to correct the course, to say, no, thank you. I might not be super happy over here, but I'll maybe file for divorce and I'll do this civilly. But that's, looking at Lori's history, she wasn't a very civil person at all. And it was like, it's her way or no way. and that's it. You're dark, basically. And I'm just really disappointed in who she is and who she turned out to be, who she continues to show us she is. Sometimes I think about things like, oh, if I write her and I just say, tell her a story about like Ruby Frankie and talk about kind of her, but then really be talking about Lori, because I mean, like I hear from like Megan saying that she won't really talk to you about the case. And so I've not sent anything to Lori. I've not communicated with her except for that weird freaking exchange that we had. And when I first went into the courtroom for her trial in Idaho, that there was another exchange too, where she looked at me and I just was like, just, that's just the way I was raised, I mean, it wasn't like, "Ooh, hey, girl," it was just like, "What up, bitch?" Basically, just saying. But, like but then the day that they showed the autopsy pictures, which was the next day, I think, right? Yeah, that's the day I left because I was like, "Oh, no, 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 I didn't wanna be here." I thought I was gonna try and brave this out, and then, no, I don't. No, I can't. So, yeah, it freaks me out. I don't know who she is. It just bothers me. It bothers me today. Um, yeah. Yeah, she shouldn't be presumed innocent. That was gone a long time ago, right? Me too. Me too. Me too. I'm thinking about my pillows right now as we speak. Yeah. I just wanna go, I lay on my left side and I just kinda, ball up like a damn dog on the foot of the bed, kinda. Not really. Well, kinda, yeah. I'm just trying to play it off. Anyways, Jason's napping still. Kids will be home soon. But I bet Lori will show up looking like a New York City lawyer. Oh my god, can you imagine? Does she have to wear the chains for court? I hope so. She had them on today, y'all. Oh my gosh. Let me go gather that. Let me go gather it. I'm a gatherer. Hold on. Hold please. Mm, okay. Let's just play that shit again. Why not? We'll talk.
Morning. You're the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court.
Oh,
You're
that's the
advised
wrong
that you
one.
have rights under
Let me back
Arizona
it up.
law that, among others,
That's
include the right to be treated with fairness.
Alright.
0101704 CR 2022 001242.
Bingo.
Good morning, Your Honor. Katie Staub for Trina K for the state.
Good morning, Your Honor. Pamela Hicks and Robert Abernathy on behalf of
Abernathy.
Lori Vallow Daybell, who's present and in custody.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name and date of birth, please?
Lori Daybell, 6/26/1973.
All right, thank you. We're here for a status conference. You've been found competent by two separate healthcare providers. Is it your intention, ma'am, you had expressed earlier that you would like to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that still your
Sir,
intention?
yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
If I may approach, Your Honor.
You do understand that you have the right to have attorneys represent you during your cases?
I do.
What grade did you finish in school?
I graduated from high
What
school.
about you?
Do you read and understand English?
I do.
Have you had any drugs, alcohol, or medication in the last
Oh, yeah.
24 hours?
No,
Are you currently prescribed any medications in the jail?
no,
Do you believe you're able to present a defense at trial?
I do.
Are you able to listen to what the court, counsel, and witnesses say during trial?
Yes, I will.
Do you believe you're able to ask witnesses questions that are relevant to the case and to your
Look at that lady.
defense?
She's shaking
Absolutely.
her head.
Are you able to communicate effectively, do you believe, with the
Yes.
court, counsel, opposing counsel, and the jury?
I do.
No, you did.
I will make a finding that in court, you do appear to act appropriately, speak
You
appropriately,
think they're scared?
and communicate appropriately. Have you ever represented yourself before?
Not yet.
I do have a waiver form, one for each of your cases.
A waiver. Okay,
You've gone over that waiver form with your attorneys.
me
I
too,
did.
Ravina.
You understand the waiver forms.
I did.
You have the right to an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney, I would appoint one to represent you. The attorney would represent you at all critical stages of the
Right there
case,
next to
including
you.
before trial, at trial, and if you're found guilty at sentencing.
Yes.
Do you understand that?
I do.
An attorney can be of great value and assistance in criminal cases. There are serious disadvantages and dangers
Yeah.
to representing yourself. Can you just tell me a little bit why you want to represent yourself?
Yes, Your Honor, for the past 5 years that I've been incarcerated, I have taken upon myself to study case law and criminal rules of procedure in the state of Idaho and Arizona, as well as federally. Prior to that, for the last 10 years, prior to
Okay, real quick, I'll back it back up. You know, we've already played this from start to finish in the beginning of this live stream, so don't come at me. But I mean, why don't you tell them what you really ordered from Amazon, which was that book about witches, and there was another book about doctrine and that religious stuff, and then there was Visions of Glory, you know, because you have to have a copy everywhere you go. Oh my God, can you imagine?
my incarceration,
Let me back it up.
and criminal rules of procedure in the state of Idaho and Arizona, as well as federally. Prior to that, for the last 10 years, prior to my incarceration, I did study procedure in family law,
You
and
had to.
I have real trial experience. I have
Barely.
participated in 3 different full trials from beginning to end.
I'll find
In
the
family
name.
court?
1 in
And-
family court, 2 in criminal court, 1 bench trial and 1 jury trial.
Okay. You understand that you have 2 separate cases here. On each of these cases, if you're found guilty at trial, you'd be facing a sentence of
Man.
up to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
And you understand that if convicted at trial, that those sentences could run consecutively or concurrently to any other sentence.
Oh,
I am
boy.
also well aware of that.
All right.
I don't understand this one here.
You understand that if you represent yourself, you'll have the sole responsibility for, among other things, asserting legal defenses, interviewing witnesses, doing investigation, doing legal research, filing and arguing motions, examining and cross-examining witnesses, giving an opening statement and a final argument to the jury.
She's good at arguing.
Do you understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor, and I'm very prepared.
All right. Do you also understand that you'd be held to the same standard as an attorney regarding the presentation of your case? This would include knowledge of courtroom procedure, applicable case law, rules of evidence, and rules of procedure.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Each of your attorneys have gone to college, undergrad degree for probably a minimum of 4 years, and then law school for an additional 3 years. So these 2 attorneys that are here in court each have, at a minimum, if not more, 14 years of higher education, as well as probably, I'm guessing, between the 2 of them, 30 to 40 years in trial experience. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you understand that your case may be specifically complicated in the sense that there are complicated evidentiary issues in your case? Do you believe you're able to present a defense?
Yes, I'm well aware of them.
All right.
Or walk in shackles.
Do you also understand that if at some point, especially if you're in the middle of trial, you decide that you would like your attorneys to take over the case, you'd be effectively waiving any ineffective assistance of counsel claim that you might have because they might like a longer time to prepare?
Correct.
Do you understand that even if I may allow you to represent yourself, I'll be appointing these attorneys to represent you as advisory counsel?
That's my understanding.
All right. If you want to testify at trial, you'd not be able to testify in a narrative format. Instead, you'd need to write out the questions, and the advisory counsels would ask you questions when you testify.
Yes, that's what I'm aware of.
All right. You can change your mind about this at any time. If at any time you want to be represented by your advisory counsel, let me know. I will appoint them back to represent you as your attorneys of record. But once you make the choice to have the lawyer represent you again, I wouldn't allow you to switch back and forth. Do you understand that as well?
Correct.
You also understand that if you ask your advisory counsel to to take the case back over in full, you wouldn't be able to repeat anything that had already happened in the case or do over.
Correct.
All right. Because you'll be acting as your own attorney, you'd be expected to appear for every court hearing and every day of trial. If you do not appear for hearings or trial without good cause, I could consider your non-appearance to be an indication that you want to withdraw your right to represent yourself, and I would order your advisory counsel to become your attorney. Do you understand that as well?
Sure.
Your right to represent yourself is not absolute, and what I mean by that is if you fail to follow procedures, if you don't act appropriate in the courtroom, your right to represent yourself could be revoked. Do you understand that as well?
I do understand that.
All right. Do you have any questions about anything?
I just was going to ask if we were going to move forward from this today and if we were going to be able to reset trial.
We will. All right, I did receive your form. Is this your signature at the bottom of each form?
It is?
And I think I already asked you this, but I'll ask you it again. Your signature appears on this form after you went over it completely with your attorney?
Correct.
All right, the court finds your waiver to an attorney is knowingly, intelligently, voluntarily made. I guess I should ask you, did anyone force you or threaten you to waive your right to an attorney?
No, quite the opposite.
Does anyone promise you anything in order to get you to waive your right to an attorney?
No.
All right, I do find your waiver is to knowingly, intelligently, voluntarily made. Your waiver is accepted and entered of record. You will be your own attorney on the case. I will keep these attorneys on as your advisory counsel. Again, if you change your mind and would like them to take over the case, you need to let me know, okay?
Okay.
Your current last day is May 11. I'm assuming you want to set a trial date within that last day.
Oh,
Yes, I
okay,
do.
I get it now.
All right, we're going to set a trial date March 31st for jury selection
Okay.
at 8:30 a.m. Well, we'll set it at, for now, 9 a.m. That could change the time, but we'll keep the date, March 31st. I'm going to, can I ask advisory counsel, in the event that she
Last
wishes
date.
to conduct interviews, would you be assisting her in that? Or
I didn't get it the first time, but just now the last date, meaning for her speedy trial, right? She has so much time to, push to try her case because she waived it, right? I always get it backwards. So whatever she's trying to do to get hurry. It seems to work to her benefit.
advisory council, in the event that she wishes to conduct interviews, would you be assisting her in that, or
We
would
will.
your office have an investigator that would assist?
We will find
Either-
out.
Either or.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I think generally OPDS will assign an investigator for
Okay.
that purpose, and we would ask the court to endorse OPDS on this minute, first minute entry.
All right, the court will appoint an investigator through the Office of Public Defense Services to assist Ms. Vallow in any investigation and or setting up of interviews of any potential witnesses in the trial.
I'm with you, TC.
I am going to set
My
a
brain
status
hurts.
conference to make sure everything's on track for the trial date. I'll ask you again, my understanding is there's a large amount of discovery. You're sure that you're going to be ready in time for March
She knows her
31st?
case like the back of her
Yes, Your
hand.
Honor. Also, I have a reply to the state's response. I know that we said if you were to let me go pro per, that I would have 3 days to make
Where's
this
your tank
response,
top?
and I have a copy for the court and a copy for the state, if I could give you that.
Response to what?
To the state's response to my motion to compel discovery that was filed prior
She's like,
to,
what?
prior to the Rule
Here we go.
11.
Okay, I'm going to have to,
I believe the public defender's office filed it, correct?
We won't have her.
The.
was it your prior attorneys that filed the motion to
They
compel
did,
discovery?
correct, yes.
I remember now. We did hold that in advance because of the Rule 11 proceedings. So you can go, you're ready to file your reply? All right.
There's
Oh,
one for the state as well. He needs it.
Did you
Yeah.
get,
But they're handwritten.
Attorney Trina K filed a response? You received that and saw that?
Yes, this is my reply to her response.
All right, I'll take a look at those pleadings, because to be honest, I haven't
I
looked
thought
at
that
them
too.
for a little bit.
Call them
I'm gonna
up.
set a status conference just to make sure everything's on track.
They know it. They mhm.
Let's set that at 8:30 a.m. Friday, January 10.
One more time, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
8:30 a.m., Friday, January 10.
Can I use your pen?
No, get your own damn pen. Lawyer. Lawyer, lawyer, lawyer.
Let me write it for you, just.
Oh, she's
Does that
gonna write
work
it
for the state?
you. Spoon
As
feeder.
far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that work for everyone on the defense?
Yes.
Oh.
So,
That's bad, Jay.
it's your turn.
Okay. Is there anything else from the state? One other thing I wanted to address. My understanding is the state, we do have two separate cases here. The state would proceed to
Damn bird
trial
on
on
your
the
shoulder. She's like,
2021
"Let's
case
get
first.
physical." She's a dancing mirror.
That's
Yeah, there
correct.
you
The
go.
first in time case.
Boom.
All right. I
hope
think
they're
jury
different
selection in this
sizes.
case could take longer than usual. Excluding jury selection, how much trial time do you think the state would take to present their side of the case?
I don't know. I'll go back.
I'm
You
sorry,
don't know?
I don't have that
Okay.
information.
We'll wait. Present.
Or is that a
Exclusion
rhetorical
in this
question?
case could take.
Let's just look at that. Okay. All right. Okay. Olivia Newton-John here with her freaking shirt hanging off of her damn shoulders, y'all, with her tank top. She got a whole tank top. She's somebody's girlfriend. Look at that. She got natural highlights, like the grays poking out. Let me shut up before I get got. I don't know how far back it was.
So, it's your turn.
Okay. Is there anything else from the state? One other thing I wanted to address. My understanding is the state, we do have two separate cases here. The state would proceed to trial on the 2021 case first.
That's Charles.
Yes.
That's correct. The first in time case.
All right. I think jury selection in this case could take longer than usual. Excluding jury selection, how
Man,
much
that sucks hearing
trial
that.
time do you think the state would take to present their side of the case?
I'm
You
sorry,
don't know?
I don't have that
Okay.
information.
We'll wait till January to talk to Attorney K about that. Just so we can block the appropriate amount of time in March. Well, I guess it'll be mostly April.
Your Honor, did you want to set a TMC as
Wait,
well?
whoa. Let me go back.
FTMC.
Just so we can block the appropriate amount of time in March. Well, I guess it'll be mostly April.
Your Honor, did you want to
So
set a
oh,
TMC as
shit.
well?
Oh, I just bounced off of it. So most of April block, he just said. So I'm thinking, okay, I plan on being there the whole time. So, okay, I think that's about a month. I mean, they didn't say 10 weeks or 6 weeks or 4 weeks, I'm just trying to gauge it. They're very fast here. They're not accommodating like Idaho, which is okay. Just it's a different system.
No.
FTMC.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's set that
I don't know the
for.
acronym. Y'all whisper loud. God.
Let's set that for
Okay.
March 21. I'm sorry, no, not March 21. March
That was my papa's
18.
birthday, I think.
I'm going to set that before my morning calendar, my normal morning calendar. So at 8:20 a.m. All right. Anything else from you?
My understanding is that it will be two totally different trials. Is that
Correct.
correct? So this is we're just setting things and we're just doing this for the first trial.
Yes.
Right. Well,
Oh
you
my
should
God.
be getting discovery for both cases as they go along. But the first trial will
No,
be on the
separate.
2021 case. And then at the conclusion of that trial, we'll talk about when we're going to try the second case.
So all discovery deadlines will be for the first 2021 case.
If it pertains to
Presumably, yeah.
2021.
But we'll talk about how much discovery there is we would expect from the state when we come back in January. All right. Anything else?
January 10th.
No, thank you.
All right. We'll be at recess on this matter. Thank
Now,
you.
did he give a time for January 10th? Because if so, I didn't get it. What we got? I'm like looking to see.
Breaking news out of Arizona, where a judge just ruled doomsday cult mom Lori Vallow Daybell will represent herself at trial. This comes after the judge ruled yesterday that the convicted killer is mentally competent to stand trial. She is awaiting trial in Arizona on charges of murdering her fourth husband, Charles Vallow, and attempting to kill her niece's ex-husband, Brandon Boudreaux. Let's get you into court now there in Arizona for this hearing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Katie Staub for Trina
Aw,
K
sorry.
for the state.
I'm sorry,
Good
Mary.
morning, Your Honor. Pamela Hicks and Robert Abernathy on behalf of Lori Vallow Daybell, who's present and in custody.
Ma'am, can you tell me your name and date of birth, please?
Lori Daybell, 6/26/1973.
All right, thank you. We're here for a status conference.
Okay.
You've
We're
been
trying
found
to get to the
competent by
point.
2 separate healthcare providers. Is it your intention, ma'am, you had expressed earlier that you would like to represent yourself?
Yes, sir.
Is that still your intention?
Okay, here.
Yes,
I'm
Your
gonna skip to this end.
Lori Vallow Daybell is going to be her own attorney. She's going to act in the pro se capacity. She will not have an attorney asking questions. She's going to be doing that, doing the opening statements, the closing statements
Can y'all
in 2
imagine,
trials there in Arizona. Let's bring in our guest to discuss this. Criminal defense attorney Robin Nunn standing by. Absolutely shocking. What's your take on all this?
Yeah, shocking is the right word for it. You know, criminal defendants obviously have a right to representation under the Sixth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. Most
Doesn't mean
people
they
avail
should.
themselves of an attorney and a professional who knows the ways of the courts, who knows the rules of evidence to help them along the lines of their case. It's highly unusual for a person accused of especially such a critical case such as this to proceed to trial without an attorney. And as my understanding is, she's not an attorney. She has no legal knowledge. But
Okay, so but on that note, right there where she said that everybody has the right to, or the Sixth Amendment, you know, whatever she just said. And I'm thinking, right, but it's just like not everybody should be wearing yoga pants, yet they do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like just because you can doesn't mean you should. You know what I'm saying? You can fit your own analogy to that, but something along those lines.
she prefers to go it alone.
Yeah, the high school graduate, the former hairdresser, former Wheel of Fortune contestant, said that she's studied. She has studied, case law and procedure in Arizona and also Idaho. But the advisory council is going to be standing by. And we know that she's going to want to take the stand because the first trial I covered, she very much wanted to take the stand. Her attorneys would not let her. And I think that that's the reason why she wants to represent herself. But how does that look? She can't do it in a narrative form. Explain to me what that looks like.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very hard for her on some levels. There is a format of direct examination and cross-examination. There are a lot of rules of evidence. The other side will have an attorney who will, obviously the prosecution will be objecting if she frames things in the wrong form or drifts off into various topics. Her mental health was a question. This trial has been put off for some time because there was some concerns about her competency to even stand trial. So it's a bit shocking that she now not only is going to stand trial, but she is actually going to conduct her own defense and be her own attorney in this case. I think it's going to be a mess, to be quite honest.
And you know what? It's going to be very impactful when she cross-examines certain witnesses such as Kay Woodcock. Kay and Larry were the grandparents of the 2 children that she murdered. And also Kay is the sister of the victim, the 4th husband, which will lead us to this trial in Arizona. I reached out to Larry Woodcock. If he gets back to me with a statement, I'll bring that to you.
Oh, whoops. It just bailed on me. Okay, I'm sorry. I was looking for the name of that book for Ravina. I don't know, it's some kind of witch book. And so I'm looking for that right now. I got I took a screenshot from the docket and it should be somewhere in here. She had hair bands, broken reading glasses, rubber ring, box of Idaho DOC provided Advil. Yeah, so this is whenever she was extradited from Idaho to Arizona. And this is this is just those records. Let's see. That's a visiting thing. Wait, what? Okay, that's tracking things. Estrella jail visitation. Let's see. Okay, come on. It makes copies. Maricopa County. Okay, that's a booking ticket. She went from plane tickets to Maricopa County or Estrella booking tickets. There you go, girl. Moving on up. Oh, and Mary texted while we were sharing that just now, and she said that Weenus has crossed the Rainbow Bridge, and I feel so bad. The dog, her name is Winnie, but I called her Weenus. And, I don't have animals, but for some reason I attract them. It's crazy. And then I like them, and then I'm like, "Okay, but they're not mine," But I feel bad, and I'm sorry, um, that you lost your dog, Mary. Oh, I'm so sorry. We love you. Phew. Anyways, I can't think about that. I can't. It makes me sad. More sad. Even more sad. I, okay, hold on. I'm just it should be around here. I was looking for it while that was playing, but I didn't do it fast enough. Oh, hell. Let me just, back out of here and try and find it like this. Okay. Um, that's my favorite right there. That's my favorite picture. Right there. She's getting hemmed up against the damn wall, laughing and stuff. Like it's cute. Oh, yeah. See, this was that paper I read yesterday. Grand jury indictment returned on Lori and Vallow and death of Charles Vallow. This was June 29, 2021. And so there's another one that came out right after she was convicted in Idaho. And I would like to see that one. This one says, um, this one says, oh, it says conspiracy to commit first degree, but it doesn't say conspiracy to commit first degree on the thing I showed you earlier on the docket at the courthouse or at the court now. So I'm very confused. It's very confusing. Um, my eyes are burning. Okay. Okay, let's see. My poor uncle, man. I'm so sorry. Mm, okay, that's nothing. Okay, I went way too far back, but still. Oh wait, whoa. No, this is June. So this is a press release, basically, and this is Alistair Adele. Basically, the same thing I just showed you, just different. So this also says conspiracy to commit first degree, and does it say for? No, they didn't charge her with Brandon yet, right? When did they charge her with Brandon? Was that like we didn't know until she got convicted, right? I don't know. It starts to blur together, and it's really aggravating. Um, what was the point of that? um, this is for Melanie and Brandon. Order appointment of a behavioral health professional, Melanie Boudreau, and this too. Or is that the same thing? Yep. Hold on. Anyways, I have them all together somewhere, just not right here. um, I don't know. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, let's see. That's the same one. The Alistair Adele. Chandler Police Department. Okay. Agency. Chandler. Okay. Nathan Duncan. Defendant Chad Daybell is what I'm saying. And then date of birth 8/11/68. June 29th. I think that's when they, recommended that he be charged, and then the DA was like, hard pass. First degree. Oh, wait, hold on. Where's the rest of this? Damn it. That doesn't help. None of this helps. Just trying to get to the bottom of it. This dude is a douchebag, y'all. Yeah. I remember seeing this go down, and I was like, I just don't like this dude. I don't like, and human trafficking. He's Maricopa County Assessor Paul Peterson arranged for 28 pregnant women from the Marshall Islands to travel to Arizona and then Arkansas to place their children for adoption over the past 4 years. And then he was like, so basically kind of reminds me of like Janet Russin and what's her face? Tim Ballard's wife, Catherine Ballard, kind of doing these grants for adoptions and stuff. And then, yeah, it's just not good. You just know it's not good. But anyway, so I remember that. Okay, here. Oh, there's some more. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry. I know I'm changing, but it's right here. Maricopa County. Okay, it doesn't really say much. Anyways, he's a douchebag. I don't like him. Is this it? No. It just says first degree. It doesn't. I need just the other part of that. First degree. It could say conspiracy though, so I just need the rest of this. In violation. The state further alleges that the offense charged in this count is a dangerous felony because the offense involved the discharge, use, or threatening exhibition of a gun, a pew-pew, a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument, and or the intentional or knowing infliction of serious physical injury upon Charles Vallow. So sorry. June 24th, 2021. I need the rest of that, guys. Oh, look, watch this. This is cute. Oh, I hope it's not. He reminds me of my brother. That's what Tyler do. You hear Tylee? That's so cute. I'll play it again. There's Colby. Shut up. Oh, okay. I'm like, how do I get out of here? Sweet, huh? This was Tylee's, that was on her Facebook. This is her cover photo on her Facebook. And I mean, I'm just like, how disappointing. So disappointing. Whoa. This one too. I don't even know if I want to play it because it's so, oh my God. Okay, I'll play it. Okay, I'm gonna try and hold my shit together.
I was trying to tell him what he's doing this weekend.
You got the lion?
Hey, buddy!
Hey, Mama!
Hi, Papa! Yes! David! Give me a hug!
This is
Little
good.
lion! Hey, Papa! Yeah! Get Papa!
Come here and give me a hug.
That's awesome.
Oh, my man. I love you so much. Oh, look how big you are.
Give me another hug.
God.
David! You're so big.
Where's your jacket, buddy? Oh, there it is. Okay.
David!
You want Papa to carry it?
Oh God. Ooh. Yeah. That's so deep, man. So deep. There's Joseph Ryan. Let's see. Oh, what? Are these the hold on. Oh good. Oh good. Oh whoa, hello. Okay, so this is Ellsworth. This is Ellsworth Family Law, and this is from in regards to the marriage of Charles Vallow, petitioner, and Lori Vallow, respondent. Yeah, I want to read these. I haven't seen them in forever. And so this was filed on 2/15/2019 by Charles, and he Maricopa County, okay, and motion for order to appear regarding temporary orders assigned to the Honorable Roderick Coffey. Petitioner Charles Vallow respectfully requests the court to order respondent Lori N. Vallow, mother, to appear and show cause why the following orders should not be entered. And then they put that little phrase right there. 1. Awarding father sole legal decision making of the party's minor child, namely Joshua Jackson Vallow, JJ, with father designated as the primary resident parent. Awarding mother, number 2, awarding mother supervised parenting time, still being reasonable, with the minor child. Number 3, awarding father an award of interim child support consistent with the Arizona child support guidelines. 4, ordering that all payments made be payable through the clearinghouse. And if mother is working, she's just working it. Anyways, if the mother is working via a valid wage assignment pursuant to ARS 25-504. Number 5, awarding father exclusive use of the marital residence and vehicle. Number 6, ordering mother to return the minor child's iPad and clothing. Number 7, ordering mother to return the minor child's medication. Number 8, ordering mother to return father's work desktop and clothing. Number 9, ordering mother to return the $35,000 she took from the party's business account. In support thereof, father states the following. Jurisdiction. Petitioner/husband has filed a petition for dissolution of marriage, thus invoking the jurisdiction of the court. The parties and the minor child in comment are all domiciled in Maricopa County, Arizona, and this court has jurisdiction to decide all matters pursuant to the provisions ARS 25-401. 2. Legal decision making and parenting time. And it says the parties have one minor child in common, namely Joshua Jackson Vallow, JJ. Date of birth, May 25th, 2012. Father states that he should have temporary sole legal decision making of the child, with father designated as the primary residential parent. Father states that mother has made recent decisions and comments that are concerning to him about whether mother is mentally stable. Mother is mentally stable enough to make decisions for herself and the child. Mother vacated the marital residence over 2 weeks ago and has limited her communications with father. Mother's whereabouts are currently unknown. After leaving the residence, mother returned while father was on a business trip in Texas and proceeded to clear out the majority of father's possessions in the marital residence. Before cleaning out father's possessions at the it repeats. Before cleaning out father's possessions at the residence, mother canceled father's flight home from Texas the day of the flight. Father arrived at the airport for boarding and was informed that he had canceled the flight, but it was mother who went onto the airline account and canceled the ticket. Father then had to buy a last-minute ticket that cost him $600. Upon arriving in Phoenix, father went to the parking lot to get his truck, only to find that the truck was no longer parked there because mother had used the spare key to get the truck and remove it from the airport parking lot. Father frantically attempted to contact. Oh, it's missing some. Damn it. So sorry. But let's go ahead and oh yeah. I'm just gonna read. I don't know where the other part is. This is from April 2nd, 2020. Give me some grace. Anyways, it says married to James the Just in a past life, and also she lived as Mary French in the 1800s. I looked this up a long time ago. That was allegedly Joseph Smith's mother. Did y'all know that Tim Ballard also named one or whatever? She was issued one of those weird names in a past life name. The couple's ruse is this. Crazy. Okay, so and also lived as Mary French in the 1800s, who was Joseph Smith Jr.'s natural grandmother. Mother also informed father that she is a translated being who cannot taste death, sent by God to lead the 144,000 into the millennium. Mother believes that she is receiving spiritual revelations and visions to help her gather and prepare those chosen to live in the New Jerusalem after the Great War was prophesied in the book of Revelation. It should just be one, no S. On January 29, 2019, during a phone conversation between the parties and after their physical separation, Mother informed father that she was a god assigned to carry out the work of the 100. Didn't I just read this? No? Yeah. Mother informed father that she was a god assigned to carry out the work of the 144,000 at Christ's second coming in July 2020, and that if father got in her way of her mission, she would murder him. The next day, father was on a business trip in Houston, and during another phone conversation, she kept referring to father as, quote, Nick Schneider instead of father's name. Father asked who Nick Schneider was, and mother told him that Nick was father's real name because Nick had killed father and taken his identity. Oh, and I found a PDF with all this kind of stuff on there. Yeah, y'all. Mother proceeded to warn father that she would kill him upon his return home and had an angel there to help her dispose of the body. She also mentioned that she could not trust father and that she would not only kill him, but would destroy him financially. And then not only that, but she would, just soul murder him, murder his soul too. Try to. His memory, his legacy. Anyway, dignity. She also mentioned that she could not trust. Okay, I already said that. Since that conversation, mother's communication with father have been rare and intermittent. Upon his return home, father petitioned for and received an order of protection against mother in Maricopa County Superior Court, cause number FC 2019-090521. Father has attempted to get mother some help, but she refuses to visit a doctor. Well, then how'd she pass with flying colors? Because they, quote, they would discover that she is a translated being, unquote. Around the same time the order of protection was issued, father filled out a petition with Community Bridges for a voluntary 72-hour hold and evaluation. And I'm probably not going to have the rest of this, so I know, just in case. Father told mother when she needed to appear at community. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Father told mother when she needed to appear at Community Bridges, but she never showed. Oh my God. I need the rest of this. Community Bridges then informed father that, right? Okay. Please be there. No. This is a story of my life. Where's the rest of it? Oh my God. I need to know that part. Oh my God. Oh, here's a story. I screen recorded it. Chad Abel will not be charged in connection to death. I'll have to find that paper. We'll go back to it and next time we meet. So let's read this though. Prosecutors in Maricopa County will not prosecute Chad Daybell in connection with the death of Charles Vallow. In a letter from Maricopa County Attorney Alistair Adele to the Chandler Police Department obtained by East Idaho News. Good Lord. Prosecutors listed, quote, no reasonable likelihood of conviction, unquote. in charges of conspiracy to commit murder in the first degree. Maybe that's why it was conspiracy to commit murder for Lori. But then when I don't know, I'm just pitching this, but maybe whenever they were not going to indict Chad, is that when it went to first degree? I'm just asking because, I would like to know. And so East Idaho News reports police in Arizona submitted the charges against Daybell the same day charges against Lori Vallow were submitted. Lori Vallow was indicted on here we go. There it is. Lori Vallow was indicted on first-degree murder charges. Okay. In the death of her ex-husband. A Maricopa County grand jury in Arizona charged Vallow with one count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder in the death of what? In the hell? Lori Vallow was indicted on first-degree murder. So that's first degree. And then it says a Maricopa County grand jury in Arizona charged Vallow with one count of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder in the death of Charles Vallow. Which one is it? Is it both? What the hell? I'm very confused. Again, that lasted 10 seconds? Chad Daybell pleaded not guilty to murder charges earlier this month, and that's in Idaho. His trial is set to begin in November, which we all know that didn't happen that way. Okay. Okay, I did it twice. What the hell? Anyway, so I don't know. That didn't clarify anything for me. It won't be much longer. This says a deeper look into Lori Vallow investigation. I don't know the date. It was around July 19th, 2021. So I think that's when all those 2,000 documents for you. Yeah, I don't know. It was something like that. A deeper look. Okay. Emails released by police gave deeper look into Lori Vallow investigation. The emails were released after Lori Vallow was indicted in Maricopa County. She is indicted for what? She is indicted for who is indicted for allegedly killing her 2 kids, as well as conspiring to kill her ex-husband. Now, this one says conspiring. Chandler police officials have just released thousands of emails in the Lori Vallow case, more than a year after we filed a records request with the police department to get all emails linked to the investigation of Vallow, who is indicted in Arizona and Idaho for allegedly killing her 2 kids, as well as conspiring to kill her former husband. Man. Come on. Okay, related. Come on. Every day I'm buffering. Right. Come on. Okay, so it says the emails were released after Vallow was indicted in Maricopa County, and they provide insight into how multiple agencies, including the FBI, teamed up in the bizarre saga. Much of the 2,500 emails were redacted, but they reveal what investigators knew when Joshua J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan had disappeared for months. The emails include a photo recovered from Vallow's iCloud, which I saw in the FOIA docs yesterday that they've had the Apple accounts, iCloud, Apple, since 2011. So I'm just saying. The emails include a photo recovered from Vallow's iCloud account that could be the last known picture of JJ. That picture was dated on the morning of September 22nd, 2019. A day later, 2 photos from Vallow's iCloud show ammunition in an Idaho gun store. Detectives also learned that Vallow booked a flight from Idaho to Phoenix Mesa Gateway for October 8th, 2019. Prosecutors in Idaho say Vallow's brother, Alex Cox, tried to shoot Tammy Daybell the next day. At the time, Tammy was the wife of doomsday fictional author Chad Daybell. Tammy died on October 19th, and police say Vallow booked a return flight to Idaho for the day after Tammy's death. Within weeks, Vallow and Daybell got married. By late November 2019, Rexburg police did a welfare check for JJ, and police say Vallow lied about his whereabouts. according to Chandler Police's timeline, Vallow and Daybell traveled to Southern California for a few days after the welfare check. That's when they all went to Knott's Berry. By December, investigators continued to keep watch on the two. Meanwhile, Chandler Police's main focus was to investigate the death of Vallow's ex-husband, Charles Vallow, not her ex, but anyways, who was shot by Alex Cox on July 11, 2019. Investigators learned Cox flew from Phoenix to Colombia. I remember that. Oh my God. I remember that. And we were just like, oh no. Oh man. This is before it went public. And right? Let me see. It seems like it was before it went public. Okay. Yeah, because it was right after. Yeah, okay. So then it says Alex died months later. And his 2-week wife, Gilbert, home. And the medical examiner has ruled the cause natural. At the time of Alex's death, Gilbert Police Detective Ryan Pillar told other agencies, including the FBI, that Alex's widow would not provide statements. Quote, "This is the case that keeps on giving," unquote, read a portion of the email. Vallow was arrested in February of 2020, initially for alleged child desertion. The kid's remains were later found in Chad's backyard. Okay, I think that's it right there, huh? Did we learn anything? Not really. So, all right, I give up. Allegedly. I'm going to look for that, though, later. And oh, I think I found the front. Yes. Okay. And this was when? Okay. Okay, now what? This is something so different. When was this? Okay, so this is right after she was, right? Hold on. Let me see the date. May 30th. I mean, that's the one I took a screenshot of it. And so it says Alistair Adele, Maricopa County attorney. Trina Kay is the prosecuting attorney. And it says attorney for plaintiff, DR 19000017398. And this says Gilbert Police Department. This is for Brandon, right? Let's see. So it says the state of Arizona is the plaintiff versus Lori N. Vallow. Indictment 810GJ322. Count 1, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. A Class 1 felony dangerous Lori N. Vallow. The grand jurors of Maricopa County, Arizona, accused Lori Vallow on February 24, 2022, charging that in Maricopa County, Arizona. Count 1, Lori N. Vallow on or about October 2nd, 2019, with the intent to promote or aid the commission of an offense, to wit, Lori N. Vallow agreed with Alexander Cox that at least one of them or another would engage in conduct constituting the offense of first, I gotta back it out this way, degree premeditated murder. What? Okay, let's see that again. Oh, sorry. What? That doesn't make sense. So October 2nd, that's Brandon, with the intent to promote or aid, to wit, Lori and Vallow agreed with Alexander Cox that at least one of them or another would engage in conduct constituting the offense of first degree premeditated murder. Where's the conspiracy? But the conspiracy is listed right here. Is this like some kind of the way just they word things or what? And so the second page says first degree premeditated murder in violation of ARS, all those codes. The state further alleges that the offense charged in this count is a dangerous felony because the offense involved the discharge, use, or threatening exhibition of a GUN, a deadly weapon or a dangerous instrument, and or the intentional or knowing infliction of serious physical injury upon Brandon Boudreaux is how they spelled it. Brandon Boudreaux, in violation of ARS 13-105 and 13-704. And this is a true bill, February 24, 2022. Okay, I'm just so confused. I don't know. We'll get clarification, allegedly. Oh, and here's this too. I remember. Now that Ms. Vallow has been sentenced in Idaho, the Maricopa County Attorney's Office will begin extradition of Ms. Vallow to Arizona for charges she is facing in Maricopa County. Maricopa County Attorney's Office said in a statement, once the paperwork for the governor's requisition has been filed with the governor of Arizona, the process typically takes 90 to 120 days for extradition. And then she was gone, right? All right. All right, we're done. I'm just gonna end. I mean, I do like I'm gonna schedule up for Sunday for sure. Okay. Um, I oh, okay. Mm-mm-mm. She's her own damn attorney, y'all. Straight up. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, and I'll find that for you too, Ravina. It's a book about witches. That's all I know. I wrote them down, but they're somewhere around here. Somewhere, allegedly. All right. So yeah, I'm just tired today. But we'll talk more about this hearing today and just the whole her representing herself, what all it entails. I won't go too far into it because everybody's gonna pretty much beat this to death. So we will have March 31st, 2025 is the new trial date scheduled. That's when they're going to begin jury selection for Charles for that trial. Brandon's will be as soon as uh, Charles's is adjudicated, then they will focus on Brandon. Okay. I wonder how Brandon feels. I've been wanting to say that and I just keep forgetting. I just wonder how he feels because I mean, he is their only living victim. And I mean, I give him props, man. He holds it together, or he appears to, and it's just sad, Um, and so okay, da, da, da. March 31st, 2025, jury selection begins. January 10th, 2025, status conference. And that's that for right now. There's something else, but I don't have it. But I will another day. Yeah, because I want to go over what we'll this just plan on this because we're gonna do it. We're gonna damn do it. We are going to damn do it. There's this right here. And this is from the FOIA docs. And we're gonna kind of start. Actually, it's back here. But anyways, we're gonna go over Alex Cox, his interview with detectives. And it's lengthy, but it's really easy to read. It's just a lot of sentences that start with Alex and it's a lot of repetition, but hold on, let me scooch way up here because that's really where it is. Anyway, so we'll go over this. We'll go over his account of everything. And I mean, I just want you guys to hear it because we poke holes in things. And so I've never done this, not like this, because I didn't have my channel, or if I did, I didn't do this. I used to never go live or ever show my face or my voice or anything. If I could, I would still hide behind the damn thing. But anyway, so we'll go over that. I'm hoping it'll kind of, I don't know what word I'm trying to say, but like dip my toe in, because I'm having a really hard time because it's my uncle this time. And I was not expecting to like, I don't know, have this kind of reaction. And it's really hard. I think that's why I'm painting every damn thing and finding things to like do physically, just to move around. Remember I told y'all how I nervous clean when I get uncomfortable? Well, so I went to put the tree up, whatever, however long ago it was, and and I brought it in and everything, and then I was like, "Oh, wow, the walls really look bad." And, the ceiling looks horrible. So I started painting, and so that's what I've been doing. I did that to my bedroom right after Chad's trial or right at the end of it or something like that. Um, so it's on my mind, it's on my heart, and it's very uncomfortable, and so just the fact of Lori doing this when she's already a convicted killer, and she knows, and I know, and God knows, he don't sleep. And you know what happened. Um, yeah, we'll presume her innocence till she's proven guilty. Where? We ain't got to do that. I won't. I'm just saying it's just I don't know. I'm not I don't know. Anyway, so I'll figure it out eventually, allegedly with you guys. I really appreciate it. I don't know. I have like memories and stuff, and I don't know. Just things kind of fly through my head, and I just feel it of just a lot of memories and connection, with my uncle Charles, and especially through this process, through this whole case, and it's heavy. It's like I don't know if like I was using Idaho as like a distraction or something, which sounds horrible, right? I've used hurricanes as distractions though, so I can't really guilty, I don't know. Anyways, it is what it is. It is hard. It is. I don't know if it's like finality. I don't know what it is exactly. It's just like all of it. And then today, Lori up the ante, basically. And she's a reckless candidate. I mean, she's reckless and she's impulsive, and you don't know. It's that whole 1-2 punch, that gut punch that, oh my god, it was so many gut punches, so to speak. It's like it was just tragic. It was so crazy. As the information was coming out, it just we'd find something else out, and then it's like you have to, like, take that punch, and then 2 seconds later, you're finding something else out, and then it was a constant. It was like a speed bag. Boom, 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 just steadily coming at you, and you don't know what you're being hit with, but you're just being hit with stuff that makes, it knocks the air out of you, and it's like I would just kinda get my bearings back. I mean, not physically, she didn't physically do this, but this just emotionally, um, didn't know where the kids were, just all the things, the zombie thing and just her being in Hawaii with you're just trying to figure it all out, and you're like, it was so confusing and so frustrating. I remember studying or researching, the Yellowstone area. I was about to go. They were as soon as that snow or as soon as they were gonna let us in, I was gonna go. I've never been up there before at that point. I'm ready to go. I don't know. But it was like that. It was a imaginary sucker punch over and over and over again. And as soon as you would kinda figure out what the hell you just got hit with, kinda, you were getting hit with another another and another and another, and this was like years of that. And I don't want to be her punching bag anymore. And I feel like, okay, but we only have this far to go. You didn't come this far just to come this far. I'm not giving up. I'm just saying I'm just so sick of her bullshit. And I'm sick of her using me and my family and our families and people that love the people that, the victims here. I'm tired of her doing this to us, to me, to us, to everybody. But we only have this much further to go, and then she fades out. She cannot fucking stand it. And I can't wait for it. I can't wait. I can't wait. And I say that, but then I'm like, well, what do we do now? What do we do after that? What do I do after that? It's like, what do I do? But I don't need to connect those two things together. What Lori does and what I do they don't depend on each other is what I need to tell myself. Okay. Look at them grays, man. Anyways, yeah, we won't let her lie on everyone anymore. We have to push through to the end. Yeah. Thank you, Lamisa. Appreciate it. And then, yeah, this is what Lori wants. She wants everyone suffering and spinning out again. We won't give her what she wants. All right. And mom's ready to take her. So, first thing, look, this was whenever me and mom talked that one day. It was whenever the competency thing came up, and the idea of her wanting to represent herself. So it was just, a couple of hearings back. And so me and mom actually talked on the phone about it, and she was like, "Oh my God, can you imagine her? Like, can you imagine Melanie Gibb and Zalema and them sitting on the stand and so I was like, "Oh my God, no, I didn't think about that yet." And I was like, "Whoa." And she was like, "Well, I'm going to practice." She was like, I'm, she was like, "I'm going to see how I need to handle it." And basically, you know what I mean? Yeah. Cause you got to do it with, uh, with Kuth, with, uh, you know, class, and you have to kind of be legal about it. But, oh, can you imagine the last time Lori and my mom were in the same vicinity? Well, besides her court hearing in Arizona, was when mom got to do her victim impact statement at Lori's sentencing. So, and I mean, I still feel like she didn't get to say what she wanted. I know I never got to say I never got to say anything because of the way they do that shit, man. That's got to change too. We got to work on that stuff. Bewitched, where you at? We got to work on, I don't even know, but some with policy. Who constitutes a victim and who gets to say and how many victims you get to have. And I don't want to be a victim. I want to be a overseer, because when my mom, think about this too, and I've thought about this, not often, but because I don't want to entertain it. But when my mom and Larry go, who do you think's gonna be filling them boots? Me. And I'll be right there, and I will finish and see this through till I can't no more. I'm just saying, because I will see it through. But I'm glad she's feeling better. Good. Thank you. I needed that reminder too, though. Yep. Anyways, all right, let me go. I love you guys. Sunday, I'll see if what time Colby's gonna schedule. Yeah, he's kind of like, "Rah." I didn't know any better until Jen told me about scheduling, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know." Like trying not to schedule over people, but I mean, he has first. You know what I'm saying? I would never do that. So I think me and Megan are just trying to like kind of maneuver around him, to be more accommodating. And so we can be there too, I'm proud of him. Anyways, oh, and I need to send him. I have his priesthood blessing actually, and I have an answer for Colby. Yeah. Anyways, I have some of their paperwork from Charles. It was Lori's too, obviously. And yeah. All right, guys. Hey, Chris, how you doing? We'll put her to shame in front of the entire world. That's God's promise to the unjust, and he gives the victory to the righteous. Wait and see, friend. God is not a man that he shall repent, nor I'm looking for the rest. Thank you. Hey, Chris. What are we doing with a plan? And the no plan? Hit me up. I need a plan. I need a project, okay? Son of a man, okay. That he should lie. Has he not said and will not do and make it all good? You're right. You're absolutely right. What? Okay, that's a warning to everybody in Arizona. Just kidding. January. That's early. Allegedly. Oh, y'all are? Damn. A wagon train? What the hell's a wagon train? Like a train? Y'all having trains dreams? Just kidding. A wagon train. It makes me think of the Wild West or something. It is like the damn Wild West over here. Right? Oh, I made this too. Look. Flying monkeys swatter. You see the little emblem in the top? I know. And I made this. I saw that. Yeah, I know. And what else? And I put this in the wrong spot. You'll see. And we are against these voodoo spirits, y'all. Okay. We are against these damn voodoo spirits. Okay. So, and yeah. And so I got to finish my Julie Rowe thing. My episode that I need to publish. It'll be it's a pre-record. I just need to finish editing it, but all this crap's been happening. So it pulled me away from it. But so I'm gonna work on that till Sunday. Sunday we'll work on Charles. Yeah, I know, right? And Sunday we'll work on what I told you about Alex's, basically his interview with Chandler police the day my uncle was shot. So we'll just kind of mosey our way that way and just try to get in where we fit in. We're just gonna dive in, and I'm telling you, I want y'all's help. I need your help to help me point out all the lies. Okay, because there's tons. And so that's what we'll do. Okay. All right. Game plan. Bye, guys. Justice for Tylee, Charles, Tammy, JJ, and Joe. Love always wins. And you guys are definitely proof of it. I'm so grateful and thankful. Namaste. No, I'm kidding. Oh, I know, right? Well, I do have a place to stay. We have a place to stay, though. Thank God. But yeah, we'll work on it. We'll work it out. We still need to make that cookbook. Anyways, bye guys. Love you guys. See you Sunday. Right? All right. Bye guys.